Hey everybody, this is part 6 in sharing with you what I learned in my recent lessons that you know all about because you've seen the other videos. Happy birthday to me. There you go. So let's take a look. Regular stuff. Okay. Here the 3-Dawn bot is about to play B. And the pro says, no, only A, only A. Now, A's obviously better. I would play A, but some of his reasoning was interesting to me. So let's take a look. Okay, first, Black has the two choices, A and B, both of which build a wall to be used for influence. Well, that means we want A because C is the influence stone, and the left is a low settled group which doesn't do well with influence. With the wall, you want a high group. Okay, so that means Black's going to want to go this way. Now, should I spend more time clarifying that? I don't know. I'm going to go with no. Okay. He had a particular reason why this was bad. And not just bad, but something you just don't want to do as Black. And I had a hard time understanding because it's a grand Tawari. Now we know that Tawari is changing the order of the stones. So let's change all of these stones. And so now he asks, which one's bigger? I'm like, well, obviously similar. I'd probably play A because it's a little wider, and I know I have a C coming up, which is helpful in that area. He says, no, B's clearly bigger because of D being low and settled makes the left small. You don't want to play on the left. The bottom, there's nothing low and settled there. You have much more potential on the bottom than on the left. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, but you've got not only A, the unfinished corner, but you have a next move at C that you can use. It's like you don't care about the extra move at C because that's a low settled group that you can't do much in on the left. Okay. So there's certain things about that that I'm still trying to translate into languages I can understand. But just that picture of, in his mind, B is clearly better. You want to stay away from A. It's like, wow, I would not have said that. So I'm trying to get my mind in a place where I can say that next time. And so far, I can repeat it and I understand it to a certain extent, but very limited. Okay. So next. So for that reason, the pinch isn't good because, well, next you don't want B because the moyo doesn't work, and you don't want A because it makes the left small where you are and you shouldn't be there. Like, okay, I understand, but I'm not there. I'm not there. Even though I understand intellectually, I'm not there in my head. Therefore, only A. Now, he pointed out, well, this gives you a new area that you didn't have of points. The other way, you don't get that. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, we know that A is the open skirt and B closes that skirt, creating an area. So yeah, that's why I play here. It's a nice, efficient thing. Okay. So black, I come in the corner. He plays here. Not that there's a good place to play. We've talked about this Joseki. It's my favorite nowadays, and AI likes it too. Actually, I like it. When I was 5 down, I used to play it all the time, and then I stopped. And AI says because of certain reasons, it's better. But we'll get to that. Okay. Here, for white, I'm wondering, should I play A or B? Because we're in the opening, so B makes sense. But he's developing a big moyo, so A makes sense. Off of the D stone, some of you don't know that A is a common next move because you're reaching out to an area that you think is important. And now a move like this is bigger still. So you're making the bottom even bigger as you reduce that area. So A is a common move based on this specific D group. And he's like, yeah, they're both fine. They both serve the basic idea you want. He says, as a matter of fact, you can play C. And I'm thinking, I like to follow rules. And that's a bad thing because in Go, there are no rules other than the rules of the game. But I'm like, go so hard, I want to follow principles and therefore not think. That's the negative side of following principles is it stops you from thinking about every situation. Now, I'm going to continue following principles, but I want them broadened out and I want to keep an awareness beyond just the principles. So I'm thinking we're in the opening, therefore B and maybe A. And he's thinking nothing wrong with C. And then I realize, well, yeah, his new big wall puts us in middle game. A wall that size, that's more important than opening. You have a big thing going on. So yeah, just pop it down and say you'll be fine. And then what does black have? Nothing. So C's fine. Like, okay, that's just a perspective I wouldn't have had before. Moving forward. Here. In the bottom right, the next move is A. If we're only looking at the bottom right situation, which is 3 white and 1 black. And then AlphaGo has this whole, there's a bunch of Josekis based on this. But A is terrible if we look at this pinch is terrible if we look at the A group, because A has no desire for any more stones on that bottom area. I mean, it wants to not have. It does have desires. It says, please, 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 don't put a stone in that area. So A is terrible if we look at the left and good if we look at the right. So it's at the very best half and half. But since it's such a bad move considering the bottom left, you just can't play it. I did play it, but it's just like not in the running. I didn't know what to play here. So when I'm looking at the E stone, I'm like, well, if this took the corner, and I wasn't sure of all the aji here, right? What kind of aji is here? I haven't worked it through yet. So does it take the corner? He says, yeah, there might be some aji there, but even if black finds a way to live in the corner, let's just do it this way, then still it's not worthwhile because white gets a strong outside in Sente. It's not even worth it to black. And he says, and besides that, black can't even do it. So no, it's fine, but it's just slow, right? Now black can just, start whatever he wants and not worry about the stone anymore. So it's just too slow, which I knew. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna play because it's too slow. You on your way? Nope. So that leaves us with B, and he's saying, well, no, because, white starts attacking and he gets to use his moil. Therefore, C, we don't usually play C. We play corner first, but in this position, we're negating the center. And now when we come down, it becomes a good move. Okay, so that makes sense. It says, in fact, you can even play D, which is not a move we usually play. Again, attacking black, building the right, getting into the moil, making these moves better and better. Okay, I wouldn't have thought of D. Or if I did, I would have dismissed it right away as a later middle game move rather than something which is practical at the moment. Okay, moving on. You might hear my wife in the background starting some laundry.
Do you mind?
I do not mind. Go ahead. She's very. Oh, do you mind? No, I don't mind. She's so sweet. She's more than sweet. Okay, so I played here, just not knowing how to think about the situation. And here seems natural to kick, trying to aggressively take something. And so we develop this natural flow. Black's getting healthy into the center. I'm getting the corner. Now black should be thinking of this move. Finishes the group. I probably go again, and we take it from there. Seems kind of natural. But this black player hunted. Okay, white A is aggressive, and notice in the center just a whole bunch of black stones. So I'm wondering, is this too aggressive for white? Am I overstepping? I mean, it's a scary little situation. He's like, well, I know what you mean, but you really don't have a choice here, right? I mean, just submitting is just too submissive. That's funny. Submitting is too submissive. So you kind of have to cut. But then you're in this place where you're developing a new weak group in the center. And that's something I've always been weak on. I've never been good at the right thing to do in that situation. Yeah, I'll play it out at a reasonable level. Yeah, I'll live. Yeah, but I just don't feel like I have a handle on how to see it. So we go forward, like black, fix. Now we know this, but just this is something that this knowledge helped launch me to 5 down. Now each situation is different, but there's usually 3 or 4 ways to fix a cut. And just it's obvious, but it's to me it's important information. For instance, sometimes this is the best one. Yeah, but not in this case. Black gets his weak group easy, right? He gets to fix his weak group so easily. So that's obviously bad, but sometimes it's like there's subtle differences. What about this one? Well, this is a real cut here. Oh, we'll play this one. Not only am I not cut, but now I have a powerful moves to come this way. So it's an obvious move, but I'm just pointing out that you'll face these questions often in a Go game and just go through each one. I specifically remember as 4 down going, okay, let me read out A, let me read out B, let me read out C. Which one's best? And once I got in that habit, it became easy to see them all clearly. It's like, oh, obviously C. So I don't even think about it. It's like, it's just C. Boom, boom. Fix, come down. This move, really bothered me to play. I mean, I'd really rather play something else, right? I'd rather play anything else. But it's like the Aji here is just horrible. So I asked him, is this just too passive? No, 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 you have to play that. Okay, so good. I mean, logical, but my confidence level on some things that seem obvious aren't so obvious to me. Okay, that comes out. So now, here we are. White has a center group, no base, no nothing in a sea of black. And I'm concerned. Have I done the right thing? Am I in a terrible position? Or is everything just fine? And so you see it's like, what do you do? Now I did what I would do, and it was correct, but the confidence level was really low here. You start, get out, it's not cut, right? Because of this, he's got to come out, and he's got to come out, and now his bottom group dies, So no, it's fine. Okay. So he plays, you push again, pattern. Now you deal with the cut. And this is where I stop the game. But it's this sort of thing. It's like, why it's fine. Not only that, but we've destroyed his Moyo. But being the lack of confidence and knowledge here makes the reading more difficult. And, you're trying to read it out, and you're like, well, did I choose the right path to read out? What if this? What if that? It really slows down the reading and starts creating bad moves. Now, I did fine, but I stopped the game early because I played this game out specifically to ask him a few questions. But anyway, there we go. Hopefully that all made some sense and was useful. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all later. Bye.